Hi everybody, and welcome to another Moonshot. Now you can't learn to write Python, or indeed any other programming language for that matter, without learning how to work with numbers. They are another fundamental building block on your journey to learn Python. In almost every program you are going to write as a professional programmer, numbers will be involved, be they in payroll systems, time tracking, data science, data visualization, web development. It doesn't matter, numbers are going to be a big component of the work that you do. In this moonshot, we're going to look at the various ways that Python can handle numbers. And let's start off with integers. Integers are whole numbers, so for example 1, 2, 3. No decimal points and no fractions. The Python interpreter allows you to add, subtract, multiply and divide integers. So let's take a look at how we can do that. So as you can see here on my first code block, I have comments here to kind of symbolize or to indicate what I'm doing. So at line 2, we have a print statement 1 plus 1. At line 5, we have a print statement and we're subtracting 2 from 3. And at line 8, we have another print statement. This time we're multiplying 3 times 3. Now you will note that when dealing with integers, unlike strings, you do not wrap them in quotes, either single or double. Integers are just written as they are. So let's run this cell. There we go. 2, 1, 9. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 3 times 3 is 9. In Python, you can use two multiplication symbols to signify exponents or to the power of, raised to the power of, or squared. So what does that look like? Here in the next code block at line 2, 4 with two multiplication symbols, 4. So 4 to the power of 4. Let's run that. 256. Perfect. Python follows the numerical order of operations, which means that when executing calculations, it does so in a particular order, usually parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, addition or subtraction, or for short, PEMDAS. You can use parentheses to change the order of numerical calculation so that Python will execute your expression in the order that you want. So what does that mean? Well, let's take a look at our next code block. At line 2, we have a print statement with just opening and closing brackets as is normal. Then we have 5 plus 6 times 7. The next line we have 5 times 6 plus 7. And then at line 4 we have 5 times, but then in brackets 6 plus 7. Let's hit enter. So as you can see, very different results based on the order of execution, which you can control with brackets. So that's simple integers. Now let's talk about floats. So in Python, a number with a decimal point is called a float. You'll find a similar term in other programming languages. A float refers to the fact that you may find a decimal point in any position in a number. So 1.0, 1.001, or 10.01. So in the next code block, we are doing some addition, multiplication, and subtraction with floats. Let's hit enter, and there's a result. And as you can see from the last print statement, you can sometimes get several decimal places returned in your calculation. This happens across most programming languages. Don't worry too much about this for the moment. We'll come back to this and see how to deal with it in later moonshots. Can you use integers and floats together? Well, in Python, when you divide two integers by one another, you'll be returned with a float. So here in this code block, we have integer division, 6 divided by 2, shift and enter, 3.0. If you divide an integer with a float, you'll get a float returned. So this here is just slightly inaccurate. I need to go 0.0, shift and enter, 2.0. Python defaults to a float in any numerical operation that uses a float, even if the result is a whole number. So how do you write extremely long numbers in Python? Well, you can write long numbers with underscores. So here we go. We have a variable at line 2 here called seconds underscore in underscore year, and that's equal to 31 million underscore 536,000 underscore 000. So that's how many seconds there are in a year, and we've assigned that value to a variable. Let's print out that variable, shift and enter. There we go. When Python saves a number that uses underscores, the underscores are ignored. So 100 is the same as 1 underscore 00, which is the same as 10 underscore 0. This is the same for integers and floats. Let's talk for a moment about multiple assignment. You can assign values to variables in a single line of code instead of using multiple lines as we've seen previously. So here we have on the left hand side 3 variables a, b, c separated by commas, and on the right hand side we have the values to assign to them 1, 2, 3 again separated by commas. So let's print out the 3 variables and then let's print out one variable b. So hit shift and enter. There we go. So this technique is most often used when initializing numbers. And what does that mean? Well, imagine you have a video game and you have several players and everybody has to start off at the score 0. So as you can see here at line 1, we have 3 players and their variables, player 1, player 2, player 3, and we've assigned to them the digit 0 or the number 0. So if I print out these 3 variables, now if this was a video game, all 3 players will be starting at 0. What about using constants when dealing with numbers? So to create a constant, you use all capital letters. A constant is similar to a variable, but its value never changes, or if it does, it very seldom changes. So what's an example of a constant? Well, here we have minutes in an hour, so 60. So that's never going to change. So on the left hand side we have a constant now, and how do we know it's a constant? Because it's all in capitals. So minutes in hour equals 60, print mins in hour. Shift and enter, there we go. Okay guys, that's it for this moonshot, and this moonshot is just meant as a simple introduction to numbers. There's obviously a lot more that you can do, and if you'd like to know more, then check out my Beginners Python course or take a look at my Medium channel. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again.